Welcome again to Day 2 of the Media Festival at the University of Gloucestershire. I'm here with freelance executive producer Nick Shearman. Nick, can you tell me a bit more about what your job entails?
Yeah, as an executive producer, I guess the key element is your relationship with a commissioner if they've commissioned a show from you, from the broadcaster, and you are the point of contact. You are the person that keeps them fully informed as to what's going on. There are three aspects, I think, to making a programme. One is the pre-production and the research and the setting up and the casting of the individuals that you're going to follow or you're going to film, and possibly the talent as well, the presenter or whoever. The second period is the shooting period, and the third period is the edit, and the edit is the most crucial. That's where you either make or break a film.
Brilliant. So where did the whole process start for you? How did you get into the industry?
Oh, okay. So I worked originally in the theatre and did a bit of journalism, and then wanted to get into television. Someone I knew actually recommended me. I did a few weeks free work for a producer, and then they took me on. I had a sort of specialist knowledge, to be honest, in a particular area which may be perhaps more useful to them than other potential researchers. You're always trying to find ways in which you can get yourself ahead of everybody else. I happen to have that specialist knowledge and interest, so it's but you know, in the end, hundreds of thousands of people want to be in telly.
Exactly.
So it's about trying to find, you know, we talk about when you're doing a proposal and you're fighting loads of other companies for a commission that you're looking for whatever the USP is, the unique selling point, or what makes you different from everybody else. And it's the same about you as well. What makes you different? What makes you a step ahead of someone else?
Exactly. What's been the most interesting project you've worked on to date?
God, I mean, I've been in the business nearly 35 years, so I've worked on a lot of very interesting projects. I mean, one of my first films was going into Czechoslovakia 3 months after the Velvet Revolution, at the end of 1989, beginning of 1990, and interviewing Václav Havel, who was then the president in the castle, and that was a phenomenal experience. I mean, an amazing time to be at that place. There was no commercial organisations in it. It had been, you know, under Russian control for years and years. People were still sort of living in the 60s and 70s in some ways. It was really, and they were very poor. I mean, it's a privilege to go into those places. I filmed in the Falklands 10 years after the conflict there. I filmed in Africa and Australia, and it's always felt like a privilege to be entering those worlds. Similarly, you know, worlds in this country, so, you know, you're always trying to get into sort of hidden secret areas and things like that, and I've been in a few in my time. The most enjoyable, I was saying there, the most enjoyable show I've ever done, though, was Oz and James's Big Wine Adventure, the first series of that, where we had two presenters who were absolutely fantastic together and very willing to do whatever you asked of them, and it was about wine, where we were given copious amounts of bottles of wine in summer in France. There was just nothing not to like about it.
No, it doesn't sound like
no.
it. So it's clear from your credits that you like to work mainly on documentaries. What is it about that genre that's so appealing to you?
Well, we were talking in there as well about the word authenticity, and I think in the end what's interesting about documentaries is dealing with real people and real life. And I've enjoyed doing formats, and I've enjoyed doing factual entertainment as well, and feature shows to an extent about, you know, things like cookery and design and so on. But I think documentaries feel most like real life, if you like, and they do take you sometimes into quite extraordinary places, and yeah, it's probably the most interesting in terms of the levels of things that you come across.
Don't forget, you can follow all of the Media Festival via the website www.uogmediafest.com, or by following us on Twitter @UniofGloss or @GlossMediaSchool.